Legendary Larry Bird just came out on live television, stated that Caitlin Clark is way ahead of Angel Reese. But could the legend be wrong? Larry Bird seldom courts headlines these days, but one raspy remark changed everything. Caitlin Clark is already better. Angel Reese will catch up. The phrase ricocheted across sports shows, split group chats, and sent #Bird said it soaring past election hashtags within hours. Old school fans saluted the blunt honesty. Younger hoops Twitter fired back with side-eye emojis and long threads about respect.
It almost robs her of like the rest of her game because she's such a good floor, she has her overall, floor game. She's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and her shooting ability is, it's her superpower, but the rest of her game is as polished as that, and so.
Yet the real drama wasn't Bird's verdict. It was the aftershock. National clips replayed his tone like it was a Zapruder frame, and somebody even looped an AI Larry Bird mouthing Drake lyrics over Clark highlight reels. The irony? Bird didn't intend to crown Clark or bury Reese. He stated a scoreboard fact. Still, facts can sting, and rival camps read it as a public execution.
You're not better than Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem, Wilt, Bill Russell. You're not better than those guys.
By sundown, merch vendors were hustling tees that read, "Larry said it, Angel felt it," while Reese responded with a lone salute emoji, a digital mic toss that spoke louder than any press conference. And underneath the memes, the league's fault lines began to tremble. Today, we follow the Quake Bird triggered to see who's left standing when the dust clears. The platform was a local Indiana podcast, casual vibe, nothing scripted. Bird, sipping coffee, called Clark's shooting Steph Curry range with vintage Bird hustle, and added, almost offhand, that Reese still has gears to find. Within minutes, debate desks dissected whether gears meant attitude, footwork, or something deeper.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. Stop it.
By lunch, betting apps adjusted Rookie of the Year odds and Reese's name slid. Bird's own history colored everything. This is the man who once told an opponent which spot he'd shoot from, then hit it. So when he praises Clark's fearless pull-ups from 30 feet, fans see torch passing as much as trash talk. Meanwhile, Reese's emoji reply got 40 million impressions, interpreted as silent deference by some, steely challenge by others. Offline, trainers whispered that Bird's comment might shove Reese into another off-season evolution, the way Jordan's shrug fueled young Kobe. Larry Bird says Caitlin Clark is already ahead of Angel Reese. Can the legend be wrong? Or is the rivalry changing for good? Larry Bird seldom courts headlines these days, but one raspy remark changed everything. Caitlin Clark is already better. Angel Reese will catch up. The phrase ricocheted across sports shows, split group chats, and sent #Bird said it soaring past election hashtags within hours. Old school fans saluted the blunt honesty. Younger hoops Twitter fired back with side-eye emojis and long threads about respect. Yet the real drama wasn't Bird's verdict. It was the aftershock. National clips replayed his tone like it was a Zapruder frame, and somebody even looped an AI Larry Bird mouthing Drake lyrics over Clark highlight reels. The irony? Bird didn't intend to crown Clark or bury Reese. He stated a scoreboard fact. Still, facts can sting, and rival camps read it as a public execution.
Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses. Bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest shit. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe.
I've been watching from afar and understanding just how much of a power she is out there on the court. The cool part is the way that she plays and her range and the level of difficulty on her shots is obviously a very close comparison to the way that I play.
By sundown, merch vendors were hustling tees that read, "Larry said it, Angel felt it," while Reese responded with a lone salute emoji, a digital mic toss that spoke louder than any press conference. And underneath the memes, the league's fault lines began to tremble. Today, we follow the Quake Bird triggered to see who's left standing when the dust clears. The platform was a local Indiana podcast, casual vibe, nothing scripted. Bird, sipping coffee, called Clark's shooting Steph Curry range with vintage Bird hustle, and added, almost offhand, that Reese still has gears to find. Within minutes, debate desks dissected whether gears meant attitude, footwork, or something deeper. By lunch, betting apps adjusted Rookie of the Year odds and Reese's name slid.
It's like people go, well, you know, she averages the league in most rebounds and double-doubles. It's like, listen, if you throw up 85 attempts, you're eventually going to get one or two. But the fact that you have to throw the ball up 85 times is fucking ridiculous.
Bird's own history colored everything. This is the man who once told an opponent which spot he'd shoot from, then hit it. So when he praises Clark's fearless pull-ups from 30 feet, fans see torch passing as much as trash talk. Meanwhile, Reese's emoji reply got 40 million impressions, interpreted as silent deference by some, steely challenge by others. Offline, trainers whispered that Bird's comment might shove Reese into another off-season evolution, the way Jordan's shrug fueled young Kobe. But Bird's verdict is already etched in comment section marble, forcing every analyst to pick a side or stay silent and look uncertain. That's the power of a legend. A single casual sentence resets the league's storylines, leaving players scrambling to rewrite theirs. Steph Curry could have played diplomat, but on TNT he leaned in. You focus on the bombs and miss the orchestra. Clark's the future of off-the-dribble threes. The phrase "miss the orchestra" trended for 2 days, as editors rolled highlights of Clark dropping no-look lasers before pirouetting to the corner for a logo three. Curry's endorsement mattered because he owns the very range Clark now patrols. If the king of deep heat says the rookie's legit, debates shrink fast. Reese's crew counter-tweeted clips of Angel's bully ball putbacks, captioned "different game, same dominance," yet the algorithm kept feeding Curry's grin. Even casual NBA fans suddenly knew Clark's assist numbers, and ticket resellers jacked prices for Indiana road games. Curry also cautioned pundits not to reduce her to long bombs, a subtle nod to Bird's complete package praise. Translation: if you're still questioning Clark's floor vision, you're stuck in 2015. For Reese, Curry's words widen the perception gulf. Bird is hometown gospel, Curry is global validation. And when two MVPs echo each other, silence grows louder in every opposing locker room. Shaquille O'Neal confessed on his podcast that he'd shouted, "She won't hit that," 10 times. She hit it 11. He christened Clark a shooting god, admitting her range would have pulled his 2000 Lakers defense to half court. Charles Barkley snarled on Bill Simmons' show that the league was acting petty and jealous, scolding veterans for griping while Clark got y'all a charter flight. Simmons laughed, calling Bird's quote the debate killer. Legacy voices now harmonized, Shaq's awe, Barkley's bluntness, Simmons' analytics. Social feeds churned mashups of Clark's 32-footers over Barkley's "Give Her Her Flowers" soundbite, while Reese supporters argued that jealousy claims ignore systemic bias. Still, each heavyweight opinion piled onto Bird's spark, morphing a two-player rivalry into a referendum on effort, attention, and market forces. Legends don't show up en masse for mild talents. Their presence alone became Exhibit A that Clark's ceiling might dwarf anyone's expectations, including her own. Team USA's Paris roster dropped, and Clark's name wasn't on it. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith blasted the move as marketing malpractice, arguing you don't bench the sport's biggest draw during a global broadcast window. Heads chimed in. Clark led the league in assists and sat top 5 in PER. Committee chair Jen Rosati cited chemistry, but fans weren't buying it. Comment sections lit with side-by-side graphics of Clark's numbers dwarfing vets who made the cut. When USA still took gold, Bird's earlier praise resurfaced in memes. Leave the best shooter home. Pray your defense holds. The snub backfired spectacularly. Clark's curating spiked, international jerseys sold out, and even casual viewers now followed WNBA box scores. Reese sympathizers framed the omission as proof of old guard politics. If Clark isn't bulletproof, Reese never stood a chance. Instead of cooling the rivalry, the Olympic Committee injected rocket fuel. Clark played the underdog, Reese fielded marketing darling questions, and both returned to the W with more eyes than ever. Mid-season, a viral sideline clip showed Sky teammates hesitating 2 beats after Angel Reese hit the floor. Tim Hardaway blasted the moment on Fox, calling it ugly jealousy and warning players to protect your star. Commentators froze the footage like crime scene evidence, timing the hesitation at 1.8 seconds. Meanwhile, the league opened an inquiry into alleged racial slurs hurled at Reese in Indianapolis. Days later, the WNBA announced no proof had surfaced, but the damage lingered in hashtags and think pieces. Reese's camp decried both jealousy claims and the investigation outcome as double standards. Clark stayed silent, letting her box scores talk. Every new rumor made Bird's catch-up lines sting harder. Jealousy accusations imply one player's aura is so bright it blinds her own side. And for viewers craving narrative heat, tension inside Reese's locker room felt juicier than any post-move fadeaway. April 2024. Clark inks an 8-year, $28 million Nike deal. Headline heaven. Yet summer 2025 arrives with no signature sneaker on shelves. Former Nike execs call it corporate malpractice, pointing out that viral fan mock-ups of the logo Range 1 pull 6-digit impressions weekly. Rival brands hustle collabs with less decorated stars, and stock analysts wonder aloud why the swoosh is asleep at the cash register. Reese partisans seize the optics. See? Even billion-dollar brands pick favorites, then panic. But insiders leak that Nike's delay stems from internal debate about backlash, proof Clark's popularity intimidates as much as it entices. Ironically, the longer Nike waits, the louder the clamor grows, turning a marketing hiccup into free billboard space for Clark's influence. When a logo is nervous about your star power, you've transcended sneaker culture. You're steering it. Numbers, unlike tweets, don't delete. Clark became the first rookie to lead the league in assists, drilled a record 122 threes, and posted multiple triple-doubles before her 23rd birthday. By spring 2025, she's posting a July 27th 10-slash, eclipsing Diana Taurasi's pace to 1,000 points. Analysts coined StatQuake for games where she scores 30 and drops 15 dimes, something no player, male or female, had ever done in pro hoops. Bird once declared hustle trump swagger. Highlight junkies stitched his quote over clips of Clark diving for loose balls seconds after hitting logo bombs, living proof that effort and flair can coexist. The takeaway is brutal for rivals. If a player's floor numbers already dwarf established legends, arguing she's just hype is like calling Wi-Fi a fad. You sound trapped in a bygone era. Ball State economists estimate Clark's presence poured $2.4 million into central Indiana during her rookie year. League-wide attendance spiked 48%, road arenas moved games to bigger venues, and average viewership cracked records unseen in 27 WNBA seasons. Then came the quad strain. Clark sat 1 week and ticket prices for a Fever Sky rematch plunged 70%. Commentators dubbed it the Clark vacuum, evidence that one player can inflate or deflate an entire market. When Commissioner Kathy Engelbert penned a Harvard Business Review essay on growth without naming Clark or Reese, backlash was instant. Hashtags accused the league of star erasure, and even neutral analysts called it Caitlin Clark derangement. Money talks, an empty seat scream. Superstar gravity is measurable in stubs sold, jerseys shipped, and broadcast rights renegotiated. Ignore it, and the spreadsheets will shame you. Larry Bird's throwaway sentence ignited a storyline that now writes itself in box scores, sneaker debates, and fluctuating ticket dashboards. Steph Curry validated the range. Shaq, Barkley, and Simmons amplified the legend. The Olympic Committee accidentally turbo-boosted Clark's underdog myth. Records fell, wallets opened, and every jealousy rumor only sharpened the spotlight. Angel Reese still owns a bruising post-game, a magnetic personality, and a fanbase eager for her rebuttal. But thrones in sports don't wait politely. The longer Clark stretches logo distance and stat sheets, the higher the bar Reese must clear just to restart the conversation. So the league sits at a crossroads carved by Bird's blunt honesty. Either chase the standard now soaring above the arc, or cling to old hierarchies and watch relevance drain like ticket prices on a Clark-less night. Rivalries are great for ratings, but dynasties are built on closing gaps, not complaining about them. The clock is running, the arena roars when the rookie checks in, and every empty seat when she doesn't reminds us who draws the map of this sport's future. Your move, Angel, because as Bird showed, sometimes all it takes is one sentence to redraw an era.